What is up, man? We have a rap cipher. This is Big Pun, DMX,
super old school.
Yeah, Mos Def, Canibus, John Forte. What is that? Forte. Dang, this is old school. Old school.
Geronimo.
I didn't even see his name. Yeah, Mike Geronimo was in there. Okay. We gonna see how they used to kick it old school.
Can I bush?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Dogs. My dogs. And here we go.
You didn't even see this that much. I'm sorry, you won't see this that much now.
Yeah. We'll collect the king's ransom. Yes, alright, soon become the ghetto anthem. Way out like Bruce Wayne's mansion. Move like a phantom. You talk about me to your grandsons. Cats who claiming they hard be mad facts. So I run through them like flood water through sandbags. Competition is mad. What I got they can't have. Sinking they ship like what we did in Ahab. So I'm way past the minimum. Interim millennium. I rap the whole gap to your back like Palestinians. Ancient Abyssinian. Strong on the Gideon. Official b-boy gentleman. Long term ever the interim. Born inside the winter wind. They after December 10. These simpletons they mention in the synonym for feminine. Sweetness of cinnamon and dangerous trees for intimate. Rush up on adrenaline and get their asses sent to them. Gentlemen, you got a tenement wouldn't assemble it. Leave the unit trembling like herds and moving elephant. Intelligent embellishment. Follow for your element from Blackwood gentlemen. Skin possesses melanin. Hotter than tails of crack peddling. Making them walk like blue gelatin. Swing like Duke Ellington. Put it in Barrington. Leave me. Believe me. The hot Apache rebel burn down your chief TV. You see me? I ain't want to play niggas and nothing like that. I'm definitely not trying to play. Do your thing, man. I'm not trying to play niggas. Yo, I deserve the right to anchor, yo. You know what I mean? He came first. I deserve the right to anchor, yo. Okay. So you roll up, man. Okay. So, alright, I want to try to ass. I guess. Fuck that. What niggas is talking about? Actually, how today? Yo, niggas don't know, so I got a flip. See if they forgotten how dark you can get in a ball, the head, scratch like a pit. Knock me off when you push, but you stay talking shit. What I'm gonna have to do, dog? Run up in your vest? Catch you while you're comfortable with? Run up in your vest? Run up in your chest? Cost me the hollow. Going away today, just lost tomorrow. I'm gonna go flat. Got to be kidding out. I'm gonna go flat. No bullshit. Namaste, flipping clothes, ripping shows, stripping hoes, getting off, letting go. And niggas know who the best is. No, DMX is. The best is, might as well be helping. It's reckless, because when I wreck shit, I might snatch niggas' necklace. Then go from like midnight to necklace.
Old school, baby.
Bro.
My alma mater is the rooftop. Back in 85 with summer cookouts, the track lookouts, mega hookers will pocket books out. The corners where we hung out. My uncle that was strung out. Beef during the drought and all the guns that we brung out. Niggas hustle for clout, Brownsville Street tight abouts, blackouts, ultra looting, door-to-door army recruiting. Drug lords continue shooting in with us. And cold November's leaving red stove. When niggas bled so the spot control, gold chains with diamond links. Makes product in kitchen sinks, think tanks, mattress banks, stuck up bitches acting stink. Gunplay without provisions, 1 on 20 type collisions. Weak spots getting took. When pool 9 run the jokes, crooked beast crooks be lurking hurting. To catch somebody working, to say they perksman, it's a nigga head they bursting. First and last, I like your block and smack that ass. Cool laddie, straight wide, slide fast. It's not but the drama, dog. It's nothing but it. Alright. Fascination with the sort of word, turn to all the war. Put on the war to try to blow. See the spite me, think that I've been made to endure. I flood rap like you know the sort of black gigs, skating straightaways, moving out of buckets and chains. Paralyzed while hitting like a loony chain. And I'm so to kill it, what they couldn't explain. Spark flame, so it burn slow. Feeling me every bit as much as the Dutch. Slowly with wrist, my thumbs crushed. My elevation from the lands where the guns bust. And to myself and the law only might trust. Mic like a coke brush, finger on the pulse of the street. Moving through this life with speed. Try to square the next generation here to eat. Besides that, you got me feeling the beats like this. Freestyle over the cap. My nigga Big Pun, cause he bust mad raps. That's DMX. We rock this shit, no doubt. With my nigga Canibus, let me show you how. Now we get down to the specifics, the Heineken. I'll be grabbing up the microphone and rhyme again. No time again. Lost off the brain and such. People around the way tell me that I smoke too much. I'm rolling in the Dutch. It's the thing I do while we chillin' with my niggas from the QU, the Zoo niggas. Wow, we like gorillas and such. While we ripping you the crew, cause we just too much. Freestyle off the top of my brain. I maintain showing the motherfucking stress in the game. And still I wouldn't break the flow. Fast, medium, or slow. Geronimo, I get the dough, nigga.
Hold me down, yo. Hold me down. Hold me down. Hold me down. All right. Hold me down.
Yo, check it out. Yo. And yo, I shattered dreams like Jordan, the sort battle your team, the squadron will be born from rap like Adam and Eve from the garden. I'm carving my initials on your forehead, so every night before bed you see the BP shot off your forehead. First rap, the first rap, nigga with the first rap, cause he ain't worth jack. Hit him with 1,000 pounds of pressure per slap. Make his whole body jerk back, watch the earth rap, hell of the first rap. I'm the first guy rapping the back of the school, knocks to the floor. Niggas be swearing I'm blocking the cold like Matt King. I be rapping the guns, back in the ones, magnums, cannons, and Gatling guns. It's Big Pun, the one and only son of Tony Montana. Doing promise manana in the rotten Montana. Come on, Montana, we need more rappers. Fill around with one a snake bite, anaconda. I'm Nirvana with one to try to match my persona. Sometimes robbing, I blow my own rhyme like Nirvana. Come on, like Madonna. Don't try to find another rhyme with my kind of drama. I'm pure adrenaline, uncut, straight to the gut medicine. Raw cure for pain, I coat your brain like polyurethane. Simple to plain. I'll explain it in layman terms. If you came to learn how to make fire, I'ma make it burn higher and hotter than lava. The scholar replies of as smart as MacGyver could put on the side of art of a liar, involved in a life of crime. Fucking I like to shine up in the white and lime. Clutch with the pipe design flushed out. Both pockets about to bust out. If you let in for the spinach, get the fuck out. Take a hike. We can even battle to make it right. Your head, face the mic, you finish. Sick at night, head to head in the street. I'll leave you dead in your feet. Settle them beef. I'll even let you run to the Benjamin beat. But it won't matter. Your dreams still go shadow. It's a low out of the cloud. Mine is on the stagnant, don't get out of town. Before I hit you with the loudest sound you ever heard. There's a bird playing you out of bounds. You can ramble out the mouth like you ramble, but you slouch. If we battle, you be out without a shadow of a doubt. And that's the ugly truth. Killers walk with muddy boots. Once my dogs cut me loose, that's a bullet in your bubbly goose. Fuck is you talking like you crazy, barking like you weighty. I'll have you crawling, walking like a baby. Don't try to play me cause I'm not a player. And yo, I shot the place up and passed the heat off like a hot potato. I'm about to make it big dollies, but still a rowdy. So I hoop and rap before I have to kill somebody. That's how it is in the stone jungle. If you know to own the bundle, guaranteed nigga gonna mug you. And no one love you when you're broke as shit. Focus king. Commercials don't mind thirsty to die. Coke is it. Roll your life away. You could have been teaching the kid how to ride his bike till he's stupid.
He was known as the king of puns, baby. The king of puns.
Wanted to angle bad, huh?
I got it right here, dog.
That was the same sound. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah. I sampled that.
Hold up. Yo. Let the world know the truth. You don't want me to shine. You studied my rhyme, then you laid your vocals after mine. That's a bitch move, something a homosexual rapper would do. So when you say that you platinum, you only dropping clues. I studied your background, read the book that you wrote, researched your footnotes about how you used to sniff coke, fronting like a drug-free role model. You disgust me. I know bitches that seen you smoke weed recently. You walk around showing off your body cause it sells, plus to avoid the fact that you ain't got skills. Mad at me cause I kick that shit real niggas feel. But 99% of your fans wear high heels. From Ice-T to Kumo Lee to Jay-Z. Now you wanna fuck with me, nigga, you crazy? You drippin' with whack juice and you can't get it all. You better be prepared to finish what you start and give me the respect that I deserve. Well, I'ma take it by force. Blast you with the 45 gold. Make you somersault. Shock you with a couple 100,000 volt thunderbolts. Before you wanted the war, now you wanna talk. It's about who strikes the hardest, not who strikes first. That's why I laugh when I hear that whack-ass verse. That shit was the worst rhyme I ever heard in my life. Cause the greatest rapper of all time died on March 9th. God bless his soul, rest in peace, kid. It's because of him now, at least I know what beef is. It's not what I would call this. See, this is something different. A faggot nigga trying to make a living over dissing. Somebody that he gotta know it's better than him, but he feeling himself because he got more cheddar than him. But let me tell you something. You might got more cash than me, but you ain't got the skills to eat a nigga's ass like me. And if you really want to get it on, we can get it on. Live in front of the cameras on your own sitcom. I'll let you kick a verse. Fuck it, I'll let you kick them all. I'll even wait for the studio audience to applaud. Clap, clap. Now watch me rip the tap from your arm. Stick you in the groin, kick you in your Vanguard award. Snatch the Vanguard award in front of your mom, your first, second, and third bond. Make your wife get on the horn, call Minister Farrakhan. Hold up. Make your wife get on the horn, call Minister Farrakhan so he could persuade me to squash it. I say, nah, he started it. He forgot what a hardcore artist is. A hardcore artist is a dangerous man, such as myself, trained to run 20 miles of soft sand. On land, programmed to kick hundreds of bars off hand from a lost and forgotten land. You done did it, man. You done spit it, some whack shit it, and probably thought that because it's been a minute, I forget it. Fuck that, cause like Common and Q, I see the bitch in you, and I'ma make the world see it too.
We know who that was for. We know who that was for.
Huh? What was that noise?
Wow. It's crazy when you go back and revisit beefs and stuff like that, and you remove the bias that you had when you were younger for an artist. You'd be like, dang. Oh, man. Someone got murdered. Because like, when I first heard about that whole situation, one of the biggest LL Cool J fans, like most everybody else was, you know what I'm saying? I was like, man, who is this trying to go against LL Cool J? Who is this trying to LL Cool J? LL Cool J gonna demolish him. I saw his second round video. Like, man, this is whack. You know what I'm saying? Like, LL Cool J gonna eat him up. I went back and like listened to what he was actually saying. I was like, ooh, he murdered LL. Why did he have to murder L?
At the end of the day, people gotta realize it's a ladies' man versus a lyricist.
Mm-hmm. Now, this ain't like it didn't work like it did with Drake versus Pusha. You know what I'm saying?
Pusha came with either he saw and learned from it, or he was like, I need to figure something out because females outnumber us 2-1, 3-1, whatever it is. So they're gonna automatically side with him anyway. Mm-hmm. No matter what he does to them, he can't make no bad song. Like his millions that he done sold is from them. Because at the end of the day, outside of his like first album, I don't hear too many niggas just talking about like Drake go hard, cuz unless he with other dudes, you know, Young Money or whatever, they came together. But like him by himself, it ain't that many dudes. It's like, man, Drake is this. It's my top 5, son. Just top 5 because I got time today. I got time. Yeah.
There's some out there.
There are, but the majority of his fans ain't. Just like in this one, the majority of fans wear high heels. Like,
true. But I mean, that's what Pusha did. Pusha went to separate the female fan base.
He had to sever. Either he learned from this one, or he just he paid attention.
I think he learned.
He probably did. But at the same time,
because if Canibus would have went that route, he would have done a lot more damage.
Well, Canibus was going straight at him.
Exactly.
With his fan base, like, you know, what was it, Inside Out? I would die for Riley. He said he had the female version of that. Like, I'll jump in front of all these shots. Yeah, you know, don't hit my baby. Exactly. So like they blocked. They was just like, no, that was weak. Get that off the radio. I want to hear it.
Yeah. Like, it was one of them things where it was like, he couldn't get past the fan base. If he would have done that, he would have stained LL bad.
And it got more everything that LL did got more recognition anyway. Not only because he was more popular or more recognized, nationwide or however far they be extended, but he also had the females who pretty much has the ear of the radio,
right?
Because they're the majority, and then everybody who's word of mouth in it, pushing it, like, again, if it's all females, like, don't listen to that mess. Canibus weak. He hating. He trying to get
What is
some.
he talking about?
He trying to get some attention. You know what they call
and
clout
lyricism.
chasing.
Hard lyricism of a casual fan has always been the same. It's not really there. They don't care for hard lyricism. Like, casual fans don't care for hard lyricism. You know what I'm saying? They don't. It's always been that way.
What sucks about that? Because they're casual fans, they don't even look too deep into what the songs they do like.
Oh yeah, I know.
Or what they call them. Either casual, are the ones that don't, are the majority of fans, or the fair weather. Like, when he on top, when he popping, or when he winning the beef, like, I'm all over. You know what I'm saying? Same with some teams.
Right.
Oh, that's my favorite team. They start losing. Like, I don't know who that is.
I
ripping
just
it off
think
the walls.
I think it's just a casual, man, because I worked in all these shops for these years, and I hear these rock songs. Now, I don't look up songs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't do it unless I really, 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 really need to know. You know what I'm saying? I don't do it right outside of that. So I would just ask a person who knows the song word for word. So I was asking coworkers, like, what's the song about? I really don't know. But you know word for word. How do you not know what he's alluding to into this song? And it was over and over and over and over. And then eventually one of the guys I asked was like, I don't know, let me look it up. And he looked it up. And I was just like, so I asked like 5 people in this shop. This shop alone. Not including other shops where I've asked about other songs that get played over and over again. And they don't know. So I'm like, okay, so the casual person doesn't even really care what's being said.
It makes sense with the wrap this out now.
Yeah, and that thing, that wasn't even rap. That was rock and roll.
No, I'm just saying, like, specifically,
yeah,
what's out right
now. So
now.
it makes more sense to me what the way things have gone. It's, they don't care what we're saying anyway, so. Like that's the hook.
Actual lyrics, don't question it.
Like, that's the hook.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes down to beefs, right? I was thinking about this the other day. How many times have we seen somebody in battles killing it, but it's going over people's heads?
Oh man,
I seen it happen so many times with Jen back when he used to battle.
Oh yeah,
so many times with Jen. So I started thinking about just beefs in general and how people want to be like, oh, so-and-so killed so-and-so, blah, 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 whatever, right? And then I'm like looking at the beefs like, all right, Drake's and Pusha's beef was pretty understandable on both sides. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty understandable. How dare you come at me? You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. You trying to make fun of me for having a team of people. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Boo, 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 boo. You ain't even living the street life. You know what I'm saying? That's, like, that's the basis of it. And then Pusha kind of came back like, your whole life is a lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're like, oh, I'm going after your mama, your daddy, your baby mama, your child.
What they say in the elementary, your mama, your daddy, your greasy egg, I'm going to throw your whole family. Got holes in the pants.
It was so understandable. But I honestly believe the fan base for these two were a lot more understandable of hip-hop and the culture of hip-hop than the fan base of Eminem and MGK.
Well, yeah.
I honestly believe that.
With that, I think the difference would be, even though Drake did have his moment where he was like super hot, like best, you know, he got embers, you know. His fire is smoldering. It's still there. You still ain't gonna touch no smoldering fire, but it's not blazing. Like MGK was on his way up, and it was just like reestablished like his presence. So like they both up here, whereas the other two are maybe a notch or two down, it's a lower tier. You know, no matter how good you are, if it's, say for example, boxing, you know, different weight classes, if you're, you know, the top in the world in like featherweight, and to the same night there's a heavyweight, it's the main event, like everybody's just gonna watch yours until they get to that one.
Right.
The lighter weights are a lot faster, and there's a lot more maneuverability in general, because there are some heavyweights that like are scary quick and stupid strong, but for the most part, most heavyweights, blow for blow.
That's where
you know,
the real brutality
But
comes in.
those are the ones that will plant their feet in the middle of the ring and just go at it. People like that more, you know, it's gladiator style. So that visibly is entertaining. Like dodging somebody is cool, but it's like, well, nobody's getting hit. He's getting tired, and then you know, you just go knock him out whenever he slips up.
Yeah, like heavyweights more.
Heavyweights
real,
will square up and go blow for blow.
Yeah,
so they want that. Like they expect that from the higher tier, whereas the lower tier is like speed. You know, you may or may not get a knockout, but it's gonna be later on. Heavyweights can be, you know, ding ding.
He's out now.
Done.
So,
everybody, oh my God, I was here for this. You know.
Yeah, I just kind of figured that. Now let's get into. I honestly believe this is why Mos Def was one of my favorites for a very long time.
Ridiculous.
He's still like going back and listening to this.
Yeah.
Because I've never actually heard this right here. I've never heard it.
No,
and he's rapping
super old
about stuff that is so obvious today now. You know what I'm saying? He mentioned the Palestine thing. You know, like literally, I'm listening to what he's rapping about. Like, wow. This man's ahead.
And his vocabulary and access to it. If you knew 100,000 words, but when it came time to like use them, there's something that goes here. Like with an extensive vocabulary and the ability to have access to it at will is ridiculous. It's also rare. So to hear him, like if he was a freestyle right now, it would blow your mind.
I mean,
that mug is probably like 20 years old,
bro,
and it blows. It's still
crazy.
I've heard some back when I was like just YouTube was just nothing but listening to freestyles for me all day, every day. Like I heard some of his stuff, and I can probably go back and listen to it now, and it still be like, man,
that's crazy.
Like even on the street, like what I like about Mos Def is two things. He never back down from a battle as far as anything that's been, whether it's YouTube, phone record, whatever, and we'll bring it.
He brought it back down from one.
From which one?
Lupe Fiasco.
I mean, but that's understandable. Honestly, to be 100%, it's understandable.
I watched
when
it
you realize,
a few weeks ago.
Because he's in that same category,
yeah.
though.
I watched it a few weeks ago. I was thinking the same thing.
Super Lupe.
I was like, man, I ain't never heard Mos Def back down from nobody. And then, like, I just was on YouTube looking, and then he
But
was
you know what's funny, though?
Why he can't respond to Lupe Fiasco? I'm like, wait a minute.
But you know what's funny, though? With that, there's one person Lupe said he wouldn't even want to get on the song with.
Who's that?
Talib Kweli. He was like, and it, you know, they clickbait you. This is like maybe 10 years ago. This is probably right around Lasers. He was like, but it happened before that, but when I saw it, it was around Lasers. He was saying, he was like, I'm not going to get, it said why he won't work with, or something, why he won't, you know, they super clickbaited the hell out of it. I was like, why? Because that would be amazing.
Right.
That would be like a Super Saiyan fusion. And he was like, well, I'm not going to get on no, it was After Pressure. Because he explained how that came together. He was saying that he's like, I'm not going to get on the record and just have you beat me. I was like, what? I was like, no, he's up there. But you are too. You need to understand where you're at.
I kind of, at that time, I think I can kind of understand that.
Well, he made it seem like he would just get destroyed. He was like, I'm not even going to get on a song with you on it because you're not beating me. And I'm like, he was adamant. But I mean,
maybe he knows something we don't.
Well, think about it like this: anytime he's ever been on a song with anybody, if his verse ain't the best, I'd be surprised, or at least second best, even due to popular vote of other people. Like somebody else is more famous. If his verse is not the best,
He's rode.
I would be surprised.
He's rode a lot with a lot of people on songs.
But
like a lot of people.
they mentioned, oh, but you was just on pressure. He was like, well, actually, how that happened was he recorded his verse first. Jay-Z heard it and he jumped on. I was like, that makes sense. But for you to not to know that he's on there and still like destroy him, because I'm sorry.
I watched
Pressure?
that interview. I remember that interview, but he said that he talks about the subject matter for a few bars, and then he goes off into Lupe land. So that's why he's superiorly.
You're not-
superior.
It's like trying to go to dang, I just drew a blank. My God. Go ahead.
Well, it's like it's why he's so superior with his rhyming. Is because he's just gonna do what he does.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's not like, oh man, I gotta get with this guy. I gotta get with this guy. I gotta get with this guy. Like, I watched Joe Budden podcast this week, and they talked about his new album, and Joe Budden was like, he said, I ignored all them tweets that he put out about how he said he would destroy Joe and him lyrically. He said, I ignored all them tweets and was trying to pass that straight over to Eminem. Like, here you go, Marshall. Like,
do you, boo-boo?
He was like, I'm tagging you in.
That would be cool, but like, I would rather see them on a song together. Like, there's a lot of people that I was like, because it's not expected, it would be nice for them to be on. It would be amazing. You know, like
rap battle beef. I want to see particular people go at it. But lyrical competition on a track, you know what I'm saying? Like on the same song, but just lyrically competing with each other.
Yeah.
I would love to see, particular people go at it. But for someone like a Button to still be like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and even that, I don't know if he's. I mean, I'm pretty sure at this point he's kind of aware of his skill and potential, but I think even then, like especially some of the stuff he's been going through, or has always been going through, I don't know, that plays a hand in why he doesn't even feel like he can even just like step in the ring when I think you think you can box. Like I don't think he would just get destroyed, even if he did lose. Which I mean, is Lupe. Sorry, I'm a huge Joe fan, but it's Lupe.
I don't think it's on the song together. I think Lupe would get him.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, even if it was together, they would like think of it as even if you're on the same team with somebody like your best friend or something, like y'all still push each other to do better. Even if whether you win or not, like especially if you win, you're like, oh snap, oh I had this many points, oh I had a little bit more, oh well I had more assists, or I had more rebounds. You know what I'm saying? Like it's still you're pushing each other, even if it's like competition where it's like a semi like aggressive, like low key semi little baby beef. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's that, the team still wins because you're still forcing yourself to go above and beyond where you were, because you don't want to get either outshined or you want to outperformed by that person. In a battle, you don't want to get outperformed by the other person. You want to show what you got and then show what they don't have. You expose all the negatives or the limits,
Right.
and then you let the crowd decide, or you leave it as it is. Let skill decide. But if you're on the same team or on a song together in this case, like the song wins because y'all both went super hard.
True. I understand that. I think that he could eat him song-wise, lyrically, but the engagement part of actual rap battling, we've never seen Lupe really do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that would be the kind of deciding factor, because you can have super raps, But if you're not engaging the mugs correctly, or as we said earlier, when you're going over some people's heads, far too often, you know what I'm saying? We've seen that.
That would probably be his biggest downfall.
I mean, if I'm an opponent of you and I know what you can actually do lyrically,
that's what
I would try to play that to my advantage.
Yeah, that's what Murder Mook did to Loaded Lux. And because he didn't respond to it, everybody was like, ooh. It's like, and the thing about it is, one line could have killed all that. One line. Yeah, I use big words, but they're only big to you. You know, like anything. Oh, you gotta use these complicated words. So blah blah blah. I'm about to put the do-rag on and get hood. It's like, yeah, his fans are like that, but you forgot half the people out there is your fans.
Yeah,
he could have won that easy, but I don't know if he just wasn't ready for that, because that's how he comes. He's like, oh, that's his shtick. I'm an educated, gentleman, but I can get a little hood if need be. Well, Mook is all hood. So you need to be a little bit more than just a little. But at the same time, if you did hey, these ain't big to me. You gotta understand. I was using these words and I was elementary. If you're an idiot and your fans are idiots, it's okay. Because my fans ain't. It's like you could two lines, one line, two lines. You could flip that.
You could flip it.
You gotta use big words.
It's
So even with that, he doesn't have to go super complicated. Lupe don't. But at the same time, he still has his fans that will be listening to that.
Yeah.
Now, Joe fans will be listening to Lupe and stuff too, to see where he gauges, But then there are the neutral fans that are like, I just want to hear bars. And Joe, he's not dumb.
No.
He's just not. I don't think his creativity is not on the level of Lupe's. It's not. Lyrically, if they just went lyric for lyric, it'd be a little closer. They can go bar for bar. But like when it comes to like creativity and building a story on something like on some anime, on some imagination level, like Lupe's out of this world and Joe's, flying high.
Yeah.
Like
I think
plane ain't gonna never reach what a rocket's at.
Yeah, I think that's the way Joe likes to keep his raps, because he likes to keep his shit.
Well, it's down to earth though. You can relate to that.
Yeah, he likes to keep it down to earth.
But when you're down to earth and you're dealing with somebody that's out of this world, like you have to change something. Either bring them to you or at least go a little bit higher. I mean, like,
I don't know, man. It just made me laugh when he said it, because I was like, okay, so we have someone acknowledging that.
I'm glad somebody did.
like,
look,
you're gonna get 8.
At least,
you try.
At least let the skill decide. Don't just like back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like worst case scenario, even if you did lose, you still stepped up. You still brought it, and then it would be a legit loss. Like as it stands right now, you quit before they even started. You might have a reason for that. You know what I'm saying? Or your best, flows might be behind you. I don't know. Maybe that's why you quit. But I've always been a fan. I'm a little upset that you did just stop out of nowhere.
I think he stopped because of the way the climate is. Like, you gotta look at it. Like,
he was.
Slaughterhouse wasn't going nowhere.
No.
And I really believe they weren't going anywhere because the climate of trying to make it as a rapper now, you can't be super lyrical. We had an entire group of like lyrical.
That was a super group.
You know what I'm saying? It was a super wordsmith group.
Man,
like it was a gritty super wordsmith group, and
it was all like niggas from the hood, so it wasn't like they could get with you, and then they could bring you where they at. Like it was niggas from the hood.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's kind of like.
So like when you see like he looks like me, or like he came up in a jacked up, he grew up in a jacked up situation, but he can also like.
Yeah, I went back and was listening to. I was thinking like I just thought about it. I was just like, where did they go wrong? I said first off, you got Royce 5'9". You know what I'm saying? Like that's starting off. You got Royce.
Come on now.
Then you got Crooked Eye.
Come on now,
bruh. Then you got Joe Budden.
Come on.
Then Joel Ortiz.
And what made it so bad before that cypher, before the Shady 2.0 cypher? I didn't know that much about Joel, but I did know that he could bring it. But when he came up, when he showed up in the group, and I was like, I guess he might be the, I hope he ain't the weak link, but I know about the other 3. So he's the only one I'm not 100% sure about.
On
the song?
We established he was the weakest link.
He is, but it's not. When you're the weakest link in the Avengers, in the Justice League, you're not really that weak.
Right. No, lyrically,
But
Joel
lyrically-
is badass. Like when you listen to him do ciphers, when you listen to him do
Furiously Dangerous. What's that other one? Loud Noises.
because I listen to him do like a few things.
He
King
killed
backpacks.
He
and
killed
everything.
Loud Noises.
Like, but what I had came to was trying to understand the actual theme of the group.
Hammer Dance.
You see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
actual
I get
theme itself. So
Yeah, yeah.
the theme was gritty, grimy,
Actually,
dark.
you know what? Even looking back at that, based on the theme, it was almost like he knew he was accepted into the All-Star team, you know, but he was constantly like trying to prove himself.
Right.
It makes sense now because he had to go above and beyond just to keep up.
I think, and that's what I'm saying, because like that was the entire theme of the group was dark, gritty, emo-ish type, just
Oh, yeah.
street niggas.
Oh,
So Cricket gonna do his thing.
Of course.
Roy's finna do his thing. That's a
Obviously.
perfect fit for Joe, the way he rap, period, and what he raps about. So we established
and
that
with
Joel
Joe, he's
was
flexible enough to be able to like wherever them two take it, he can go.
Yeah, I can go
there.
I can go wherever.
Oh, there, I live there. Oh, there, that's my summer house. You know what I'm saying?
Like-
Like, I can go wherever, whatever direction y'all want to go in.
But
'cause
yeah,
I'm
we established Joel. He was the one that was kind of
it
like he
almost
was
like-
trying to.
Yeah. He was the one that was what did it say on Snoop? What did Ice Cube say on Friday? BG trying to hang out, but OG said take your little man in the him. Like he was the one that was like, hey guys, thanks for letting me in.
Yeah.
But for what it was, like this nigga was a beast. It was just like he was a smaller beast. But wouldn't nobody just walk up and be like, I'm about to wreck you in this battle. Let's go. I'm about to wreck you on your
course
song.
not.
What's up? No.
Of course not. No.
But it was like he was like half a notch under everybody else. But that half a notch was like enough to force him to bring it every time. Like he had to give 115, 20%. Otherwise, he would get left behind. He would get soccered.
useless, huh? Useless.
Hashtag useless. Don't you stop saying that.
Useless.
Thumb down. Let's start a new account. Thumb down that cat.
All right.
Talking about
Anyways,
rap.
we've like jumped so many
Man.
subjects. This is like 3 videos. But anyways, we hope y'all enjoyed that old school cipher.
Man.
For some of y'all was wondering the whole Canibus LL thing, this was a piece of it right here.
Yep.
I actually didn't know that. Like, I just knew he spit bars, because LL like turned him around on his song or whatever. Like I said, back then I was an LL fan, so it was
Yeah.
just Team LL. But now that I've
But
removed,
it was that questionable line that like almost canceled this whole freestyle out. But then you got more cash than me, but you ain't got the skills to eat a niggas. So back then, in the hip hop world, eating somebody in any way, shape, or form was like devouring them, destroying, you're done, But like over the years, that term has changed. So eating, now it's groceries instead of destroying folks. So it was like it was during the turn of that phrase. Depending on what circles you rolled in, it meant one thing or another.
I've kind of noticed.
So when he said it, after it aired, is when it got flipped on him, and this whole freestyle almost got canceled out from that one line.
Yeah.
Actually, a couple other people that had nothing to do with it was like, that was suspect, and mentioned it in their songs or their freestyles. I was like,
Yep.
he should have
And
said like,
that's-
whoop a nigga ass something,
Like,
beat a nigga something.
That is, but like you said, depending on where you're from.
That was the end of that, meaning only that, right when he said it. And
Yeah.
as it aired and spread across the nation, it would slowly change.
The things change. Like, for instance,
Terms.
I noticed that a lot of white rappers like to say, suck my, you know what I'm saying? They say it a lot. Where,
Well, to be honest, it's like white people in general. Like, you'll hear them say that a lot more, regardless of the background, than any other race.
I just noticed it in hip hop because where I come from and the music I listen to and coming up, that was fighting words.
Oh yeah. Well, think about it like this though.
The invitation was fighting words.
Think about it like this. In the 90s, even the 80s, anybody who said that, say for example, you know, DMX, my, he said he was a hood nigga. To anybody who took offense to that, he'd be like, let's fight. Let's shoot each other. What's up?
I always thought
not many people said that.
I was just gonna say DMX was like the only.
Not many other black rappers said that. But I always felt like because he was always doing it to be disrespectful for. No, that's what I mean. Like
for
when
anyone
it was
who wanted
said,
to come at him. Yeah,
when black people said, it's like I'm already ready to fight. I just want you to bust a move.
Yeah,
that's it. Like at this point, it's boiling. We gonna see what it takes to boil over. When it comes to white dudes, like they get mad. They'll say it. It ain't even like it could be one sided. Like they get upset. Suck my dick. Like, and I mean it's just it. Like that's what it is. I have a lot of. I know a lot of every race.
But
I was even as a kid. Like they say they throw it around casually.
Yeah.
Just like you know when they get like 4 or 5, they can cuss. It's like what you can wait. I can't even say. Shut up.
I just noticed it because I had noticed it with
It just transitioned over. That's all it is.
I noticed it with Shady. And then as you go into more of them, even someone who I really like listening to, Ritz, he says it a lot. Token says it. You know what I'm saying? I've just heard, and then I just start really catching on to it, kind of like
it's as common as cussing. As far as I've observed, mostly it's predominantly in the Caucasian culture.
Yeah. Anyways, man, we got so many more videos to do. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this. We'll just break this into.
It's like slowly wrapping up like 6 or 7 times.
Yeah, we'll slowly take this to other things.
A soft wrap up.
Y'all let us know what you thought about the battle. We didn't get to talk about Big Pun, which I wanted to, but he killed that. He killed it. He was known as the king of puns, anyways. Like he could make it work.
That's a separate video.
That's a separate video of how tight Big Pun is.
Like,
and I always respected Big Pun, even though I was not the biggest Big Pun fan.
He was not the biggest pun fan.
Pun.
He was
so
a punner.
I heard a lot of Big Pun's hits, but being young, having a young ear to hip hop, it was kind of like, oh, that's cool. You know, I caught that one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You go back and listen, you be like, damn.
Yeah, I think when you're younger, what catches your ear is sound. So the rhyming, and like all the words are like, oh my god, you mesmerized by that. You're like, oh my god, this guy's great. But when you start actually listening to what he's saying, it makes sense and it rhymes, and like he's rhyming syllables. Like very few can do, but it started in the 80s.
I mean,
there were a few that were like still great now.
Yeah,
they're still like considered, the top.
He gets the recognition because he used to destroy.
But that's the era we grew up in.
Yeah, like I said,
if you hear somebody who is truly influenced, you hear like stuff like that, like that like refreshed, like how I feel. Because like there are times I like step in the life and it's like that, and everybody else is like, go, grow in the stove. For sure.
No, everybody.
And I'm just like, and everybody, yeah, for real. Everybody's like, oh, I will take your hoe. You're like,
I will take your hoe. Yeah, so.
Y'all ain't even ready for what I got.
So, anyways, I'm Nixon. Phil.
Peace.
We out. Pew.